Awesome! Hey guys, congratulations on getting into the How to Win Friends and Influence People Masterclass. Super excited to start going really hard into this content. It is like really fundamentally changed like everything, like all the growth, all the connections, all the friendships, all the bonds, all the masterminds. Everything is just like so deeply and passionately connected when you understand how to win friends and influence people, which is just like the coolest thing ever. So obviously this course is going to go alongside this book, so like definitely make sure you like snag a copy of this book because it's insane, and you're going to want to go through it with me. So yeah, awesome stuff. Let's go over to the computer and let's start to sort of break down the basis of how this course is going to go. Awesome. So in part 1 of the book, we're going to break down fundamental techniques in handling people. This is like the basis so that you can connect with others, right? Because that's like the most important thing ever, is being with other people. And like it's so crazy because like so many people just don't have like basic social skills to like talk to people and connect with people and like just like function. And a lot of that, a lot of it comes from experience, and you're gonna get a lot better at it as you have more successes. Because these are, remember, the two things that sort of like boost your confidence, right? Is experience and success. And so like really a lot of social skills is a lot of it comes down to a confidence game. And so like for me, I noticed a huge like game change shift in my social life. Like when I transitioned from traditional work, working like minimum wage jobs and just trying to like scrape by, over into stocks and over into trading and investing and personal finance. It just changed everything when I really got into investing. Not just like financially, but like socially, right? And so like I had this huge boost in self-confidence. And so obviously like I'm giving you guys as much as I can to get really good at making tons of money. So that should help you with this transition, right? Especially if you're starting out in a place of fear, in a place of shyness, right? Like this idea that as you have more and more like professional success, what's cool is that this professional success sort of skyrockets your growth personally, right? And so you start to develop better and better personal relationships, better and better professional relationships, and better connections with others just because of your success. So success is huge, right? And so that's sort of like why I have so much content 9 to noon and all that stuff, is to help you have success. Now the point of this, right, is to help you get the ground, right, and to start, like, here's the deal, right, so like you can start like how most people start, slowly. And that's how I started, and this was probably like the first 4 or 5 years, like getting a minimum wage job, and then starting like the first company. Well, starting the first company was a little bit later, but like all of that, right, was like huge growth, right? I mean, combined with My Little Pony, right, like My Little Pony has been along the entire time, and so it's been this huge journey that I've like been going through for so long. Just takes a lot of time. And so my goal, right, is like if you're an orange, right, I want you to start. So I want to get you started like right here, so that all you have to do is go up and have like this huge leap that would literally take like 4 years. I want to get it done like now, which is like so cool, because it's gonna like skyrocket you in front of where a vast majority of people are, just by like leveraging that growth curve, which is like awesome, right? And so that's sort of like what we're looking at with part 1, is this idea you got to get in front of people. And some of you people, some of you guys are gonna have more experience in front of people than others, and this is totally normal and totally okay. But once you get in front of people, like we're gonna look at the fundamental ways to get in front of people and handle people and to connect with people, which is also so important. And so that's really cool. And then what's cool is in part 2, we're gonna go develop ways to make people like you, right? So if you want to win friends, go and influence people, you got to make people like you, which is like super cool. So we're gonna make people like you. Like, who doesn't want to be liked? Who doesn't want people to like them? I mean, that's just like the goal, right? So if you can get other people to like you, all of a sudden, like it's so great. Because like if other people like you, you like other people, everyone comes together, they're super happy, super passionate, best day ever. Like those relationships will enhance your life so much and make you so happy. It's so crazy and it's awesome. And so like, oh my god, it's so great. I remember I went from like having no friends whatsoever and being like total freaking like social outcast, right? Like everybody was having giant parties together and having tons of fun. And then I was like way over here, like south side of the beach, no friends whatsoever. And I was like, what's going on? Why doesn't anyone like me? And I would like, oh my god, it's so weird because like you have this total sense of disconnection from everybody else, until you can make people like you, and until you can make people come to you. And then like, in the span of just a couple of years, like I figured out how to leverage these principles and like really make this stuff work. And then the instant that happened, like I became the most popular person on the planet, like in my world, right? And so like I could walk in a room and like everything was awesome, right? Everyone was super excited. Everyone was like so happy. And there was these insanely strong connections between like everyone that I knew, right? And so instead of isolation, it was all connected. Like I could walk into any like lunch table or any sort of social group, just sit down and like instantly everyone would be like super happy and super excited and pump up the room. And so that's really the goal with making people like you, is to like just have total and complete confidence and ability in all social situations, which is super powerful. And then what's really cool is after we get people to like you, which is like ground key, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna transition over into part 3. So part 3, it's gonna be how to win people over to your way of thinking. And this is so important. Like if you ever want to sell like anything, right? You want to sell yourself, you want to sell ideas, you want to sell opportunities, anything where like it's you, opportunities. You've got yourself, and then you've got like this group of those around you, and like everybody knows, right? And we'll talk about this idea that like everybody is so much more powerful when they come together. And so if you want people to come together, you've got to like figure out how to win people over to your way of thinking. Not your way of thinking, right? And the instant that you can win people over to your way of thinking, everything changes, right? Because like I remember some of the first employees that I had at Moneras, and like they didn't like work for pay, like they were working for equity, they were working for percentages, they were working based off of an idea that I sold them. And they like became convinced in the idea. Because of that, the passion grew, and we had the right people on the project getting the right things done, and we started to have like tons and tons of growth, not because we had a lot of resources, right, but because we had a lot of resourcefulness, because we had a lot of connections, right? And so the more people that you can win over to your way of thinking and that you can connect with, all of a sudden you're gonna have significantly greater amounts of growth in your professional and personal life. It's gonna just freaking change everything with the way that you accomplish things and the way that you have that impact and have that growth. It all stems from your ability to connect and then win people over to your way of thinking, which is like ridiculously powerful. And that's what we're gonna get in part 3. And then finally we're gonna like culminate everything in part 4, which is so powerful. And it's really about how to be a leader. How to change people without offending them or making them resent you. I remember we had this one guy, Mick, he was like, I don't know, he's a cool guy, right? And like Mick would kind of, sit around and he would, like, they were like security cameras in the store, right? And so tons and tons of these security cameras, so he would like constantly watch these security cameras. And so we would like work, and then there'd be like tons and tons of people getting sandwiches and have fun. But then when like there weren't people, right, like we'd go and we'd clean up and we'd be just doing our jobs, doing our duties, what we thought like needed to happen to get the store happening, right, to have everybody run together, which was like super powerful. And so like as that went on, what's crazy is like he would literally like he would pick up the phone, right, and like call the store, right, and then like basically like on the phone like micromanage us, yell at it. It was just ridiculous, right? And it was this awful leadership environment, and because of that, like so many people just like freaking quit because they were sick of it, right? And it was a terrible management environment. And so the goal here, right, is that like with the work that you do and the people that you want to work with and the influence that you want to have, like that all stems from your ability to connect with lots and lots of people, or at least like a condensed team of people that are going to work on a singular project. And so the instant that you can do that, like everything changes, right? And so the goal here is to like be a leader in all aspects of your life and like have the confidence and have the ability to like have huge impact, right? Because leaders are what? They're the people that are the most valuable in the marketplace. They get the most reward for their work because they're so important. And so that's why like, oh my God, being a leader, it changes everything, right? And it also makes it ridiculously easy to win friends and influence people because you're at a position of authority, right? This idea that like if you're at the top of your social base and you've got like so many people supporting you and you're leading all of them because you understand these concepts, it's so much easier, right? Because these guys are what? Feeding you up, they're building you up, they're giving you self-confidence, they're giving you passion, they're helping you, they're succeeding with you. And the instant that happens, you have such a huge impact compared to everybody else and so much power because you're in a leadership position. It's insane, it's phenomenal. And so like that's the power, and that's really what you want to get from this book. It's just so crazy. It changed everything the instant that I got through it. It's just awesome. And so that's really like the goal here, and that's what we're going to be working through through this masterclass, is to get through these core fundamentals and get you guys to that huge level of success that you desire. So I hope you guys are pumped, because I'm pumped. It's going to be awesome, and I cannot wait to get into it. So thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next module. Go out there, crush it, and thanks so much. Woo! And welcome to the class.